former Hewlett-Packard CEO and presidential candidate, Carly Fiorina, joins us now. Carly, good morning. Good to see you. And, I was thinking about what lies ahead under a Biden administration for tech, and my mind went to immigration because the executive has such influence over that, and that's such an important issue in the tech industry. What do you think happens there?
Well, I think President Biden has made it very clear that he wants the United States of America once again to be a welcoming place for immigrants. He's also made it clear that he recognizes that the immigration system needs to be overhauled and streamlined. But I think by declaring yesterday in executive orders that the wall construction will be stopped, that DACA kids will be allowed to move forward for citizenship and don't have to worry about being deported, I think all those are very strong signals. And so, of course, to your point, the technology companies who have always relied on H-1B visas and immigration are going to be very happy about that. But I think a welcoming, rational immigration policy is good for absolutely every aspect of the U.S. economy and always has been.
Now, when you talk about DACA and some of those other things, that's sort of an undoing of some Trump administration policies. But what can and should be done in a forward-leaning, more proactive way to address some of the issues that tech specifically has? And right now we're looking, for example, at a higher education ecosystem where there are a lot of students coming into the U.S. for advanced training and advanced degrees in areas where tech really wants workers. And lately, they've started walking right back out the door with those degrees and that training.
That's right. Well, I think actually there are three specific things. Number one, to rationalize the system. When you have 16 and 17 different visa programs, it gets very confusing for everyone, and it's very inefficient besides. So that needs to be rationalized. That's been true for a long time. Secondly, the H-1B visa program itself is extremely cumbersome. So, sort of every year, tech CEOs have to go up on Capitol Hill and beg for an increase in the number of H-1B visas. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And hopefully that would be addressed in a rationalized overall visa program. And then finally, to your point, this was said in 2016, it never happened, but we ought to be sort of stamping residency on every single foreigner who comes to this country, who invests in higher education here. We ought to welcome them to stay here so that they are using their talent and their brains and their entrepreneurship to build our economy, not to go home somewhere else.
Carly, it's been a remarkable week. I'm just thinking of some of the moves, say, by the Chamber of Commerce, the nation's largest business lobby, applauding rescinding the Muslim ban, applauding rejoining Paris Accord, applauding rejoining the WHO, not bristling at initiatives by, quote unquote, the left. And I wonder how long you think that lasts and whether you think it's new.
Well, I do think that the business community understands that we live in a global economy and they prosper in a global economy. And therefore, America being part of the global economy, rebuilding these alliances, makes all the sense in the world to the business community and therefore to the Chamber of Commerce. The Muslim ban was not only offensive, but it sent major messages to markets that matter to us. Likewise, the Paris Accord, we can talk about what makes the most sense in terms of actually tackling climate change, but WHO, the Paris Climate Accord, these are examples of the United States re-entering the global economy and the global political system as an ally and a partner. And I think the business community embraces that.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.